Hello, this is Wonder Skippy. This is probably my last video that I'll be making. I posted quite a few videos on the my research into Bible codes and what I found in the Bible codes. So if you're interested in that, my YouTube channel is Wonder Skippy Code. I thought I'd recommend this video I've just seen. How many views has it got? 47,000. Quite a lot, isn't it? Nearly 48,000. My videos get about 5 or 6 views for some reason. Probably a waste of time doing them, but anyway, this is the last one. This video is about 9/11 and the new One World Tower, One World Government and all that. So by JonathanKleck. And somebody I was watching a video about Obama, and they recommended this video, and she said that she saw the number 17 written down here, I think it was, where they do the numbers. 17 is a numerical symbol in the Bible. 1 is unity and 7 is perfection. So she was convinced that this video is worth watching. And I think it's pretty good as well. He's got some theories, which are quite interesting. He's saying that the Twin Towers represent twins, human twins, because there are 2 strands of humanity, the wheat and the tares. He calls them weeds, but in the Bible it's tares. Apparently they're plants that are very similar looking to wheat, and he thinks it's the seed of Satan, which goes back to Garden of Eden. So the reason they knocked down the Twin Towers is because it was symbolizing the 2 different strands of humanity, which are 23 chromosomes in the human biology. So George Bush, the great leader of the United States, probably the greatest American president that there's ever been, read out Psalm 23 after they knocked down the Twin Towers. So that, I didn't know that before. But I also didn't know that Obama read out, I think it's Psalm 46, definitely 46 number something. So what they were saying was that we knocked down the Twin Towers, the old order of the twin strands of humanity is gone, and now we've got 46, which is like a symbol of the two different strands of humanity becoming one, which is satanic. So that's one thing he was talking about, and also I didn't know this, but they built this basin thing in the Twin Tower ruin site. It's black. I think it's probably black stone, or it might be metal. I'm not sure, but in the middle of it, they've got this cube, which is sunk down into the ground, and it's black, and it's like the Kaaba in Mecca, only it's upside down. But as you know, with the Satanists, as above, so below, so it doesn't really matter. It's just another Kaaba in America. And the tower which they're building, this One World Satanic Government Tower, which they call the Freedom Tower, is a big obelisk. Basically, it's got some pyramid stuff in the architecture, as usual. They put it everywhere. They put it in the arena in the Olympic Games in England, all over the place, and all their satanic stuff there as well. But anyway, it's the top. They're putting a minaret, an Islamic minaret at the top, They haven't got the crescent moon, because that would be too obvious, but it is pretty obvious that it's a minaret. So that's the other theme there, that they've got this Islamic stuff going on in where the Muslims were blamed for crashing planes and all that rubbish into the towers, which was obviously done by the American establishment. Everybody knows that, so that's no debate. But anyway, so there's a bit of other stuff he was talking about, and it's to do with the symbolism of a pole and winding things on the pole. And the winding things can be ivy, or it can be vines, or it can be serpents. And it's a very ancient motif. It's a thing that goes back to Roman times with the rod of Asclepius. You'll find that on the outside of ambulances all over the Western world, probably in the Islamic world as well. But it's a rod with wings at the top. They used to have a crescent moon on the top in Roman times and Greek times, and they've also got like a disc or a crescent on the top, and wrapped around the pole is a snake. Can be two snakes, doesn't really matter. There's a lot of argument with the medical people whether they should have one or two snakes, because they knew what it was. It's the rod of Asclepius, and that goes back to kind of like the serpent in Roman culture was supposed to be have some magical power, snake bites and things like that. But it goes back further than Romans and Greeks. It goes all the way back to Sumeria. And you can look it up on the internet and look up the word Ningishzida. It's a symbol which was used in Sumerian culture, and it's two poles. I can't remember. I haven't looked at it for a while, but it's got this curvy spiral helix stuff going on with it, and each side is a beast of some kind, and it's like a hybrid beast. One of them has got horns and has reptilian features, and there's kind of a mishmash of reptile and cat in the animals, a bit like a leopard or a wolf or something mixed up with a reptile on both sides. So it could be kind of like cherubs, which are being depicted, very ancient memories of cherubs and angels, which they remembered. I've done a bit of stuff on my channel about fallen angels and what I found in the Bible codes, which was quite interesting. Sexual problem was the motivation, sexual gratification was the motive for the angels' fall. So that's something I've been interested in for a long time. I've been trying to figure out what it means. I think it's something to do with the helix and the line, the pole, the polar axis, which is something to do with the built-in structure of the universe. It's depicted in various logos, and companies use it, and it's like a line, and sometimes it's horizontal, and you'll see a kind of an indication of a helix around the line, but you won't always see that. Sometimes it will be like curvy lines, wavy lines, and there's sometimes three of them, which represents some kind of demonic counter trinity, and it'll be symbolized. Sometimes I think you see it in the bank. One of the banks has got it. I think Santander, and it's got the wiggly lines. What it is it's the helix upon the axial pole of the universe. what most people don't believe, majority of people don't believe, but I believe it, is that the universe is structured on an axial pole. It's not visible, it's an invisible structure. I've seen it myself in a vision. Around the pole is a helix. And if you do some research on the internet, you'll find I'm not the only one that believes this. There are other scientists, geocentric scientists who investigate this stuff, and they conclude also that the universe is structured like this. It's a helix upon a pole, and the Earth is fixed, and it's just a deception that the Earth is moving around the Sun, which is what most people believe. I don't believe it anymore after doing the research, but the Bible says it's fixed in many places, and young Earth creationists, that people like that, say that they say the Bible is infallible and inerrant, and yet they don't. They go along with the heliocentric model of the universe, which is obvious. They're saying we don't actually think the Bible is infallible. We believe it's fallible. It's false. And then they try and support their opinions about evolution, without realizing that because they've gone along with the Protestant opinions on a heliocentric model, that they've got nowhere to stand when it comes to creation and evolution, because the Evos will say, look at Galilei and Copernicus, Catholic Church was wrong, you lot are idiots, science has triumphed over religion, and just shut up, and we don't want to hear about it anymore. So that's what I think, until the creationists do some research and bother with it, bother to look it up a bit, find out if it was proved or not in the 19th century with experiments, whether the Earth is in fact moving, or whether the ether is revolving around the Earth. You want a bit of confirmation if you're not already thinking it's too much to consider. Look up the Michelson-Morley experiment for one thing, and loads of other evidence that I've done investigation on. So anyway, hope you like my videos. Like I said, lots of Bible code stuff. There's another chap on the internet, Code Searcher. He does Bible codes, and I think Jesus is coming back pretty soon, and the rapture is going to happen, and then the tribulation and the day of the Lord, and we'll see. We'll see shortly whether I and other people have got it right or not, or whether we've somehow been deceived and got it wrong, which seems a bit unlikely. But we haven't got long now. So anyway, that's all.